Welcome to another episode of the Cashing on Creativity podcast. I'm your host, Bruce Outridge. Today we're going to be back with Amani Roberts, this time to find out about his book, The Quiet Storm. This is a book all about the culture of R&B music, how it started, where it went, all of that kind of stuff. And we're going to be talking to him about why he wrote it and why he's so passionate about it. Of course, as a DJ, who can't be passionate about music? So let's get on to this interview with Amani Roberts. Here, because we kind of just went over top of it, the quiet, and you had one before. What was it called? The one before, what's the one before? DJ something.
DJ's Mean Business. Where is it? I have it right here.
DJ's Mean Business. I like that, Amani.
Yeah, this one right here. DJ's Mean Business. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Give us the idea of that one, because I think I just went to sign up for that or something just before we got on. I was on your website, and
you can get a free audio version if you go to my website. Yeah, so. It takes you through the time slots of a DJ set, like a Hollywood DJ set, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And each 15 minutes talks about how to grow your business or career, primarily business. And for example, you first get to the club at 10 o'clock, 10:15. You're getting to know who's already there. You want to keep them there. Well, in business, you identify who's your ideal avatar and who's you're going to focus on being your clients. We skip ahead to like 11 p.m. Something, as you know, always will go wrong in the DJ booth. Even when we were setting up today, we had a little bit of feedback, whatever. What can you do to solve that problem, but the music can never stop? In business, maybe it's you thought you were going to be selling this one service, but it ends up being another service that's more popular. Well, how do you shift without stopping the business and starting again and keep moving forward? We go to midnight, prime time in a DJ set. You want to keep the dance floor packed, hit after hit. You want to cycle people through the bar so the bartenders get some love. In business, how do you grow sales week over week, month over month, and year over year? That's prime time. And then we go through and say it's after hours. And this is a funny example. How do you get feedback for what you're doing? Now, as a DJ, I used to also drive Uber. So I would finish in the club, get in my car, turn on my little Uber meter, and get someone to take who I was going to go the direction I'm going home. And in the meantime, I'd pick up people who were in the club where I was DJing. So we'd be in the car. I say, "Oh, y'all at the club? What'd you think of the DJ?" And they'd give you feedback. Then when I drop them off, I say, by the way, that DJ was me. I just drive Uber after hours. So it's really cool, fun stories. So that just gives you a snippet of some of the 15-minute elements in there that show you about growing a business and growing your career.
Okay, so I already realize why I'm not a club DJ because I'm in bed by 10.
Yes.
I'm never gonna make it there. But I got to share a funny story with you because you ended with that one. My wife and I go to the Caribbean all the time, and in Barbados where we go, they love karaoke. It's their thing. Every parking lot has karaoke going. And we were in a club one night, and Roger Miller's song 16 Tons is always the popular one, right? And so they all sing now. This guy sang it. He was so off key. It was terrible. I'm going, oh my gosh, we got to leave. Went outside to take a cab. Who was our cab driver? The guy who sung that
Good story. Yes.
And I'm going, man. So he says, so how was it? Oh, it was good.
You didn't have the heart to tell him. You got to work on your pitch.
I'm not because I'm not a singer, so I certainly cannot comment on somebody that sings. Good. I applaud him for getting up there to begin with. So that's the way I like to look at it. But you got to be careful. I've often said that when I'm leaving gigs at night when I'm doing my because I do a lot of weddings for my caricatures, and I go, well, I'm driving home. If I get someone who's in my city, right, I go, I'm driving home. I could drive you home. I'll be the only guy that's probably able to. At the end. It's fun. Where should people go to follow you, Amani? Where should we go? And I see you got all kinds of stuff going on. People can go on your website, and you've got a lot of videos and stuff there that if people just want to kind of get to know you a bit is great. But where should they follow you? Are you on all the socials or?
All the socials, particularly for your musicians in the audience. If they want to talk to me, maybe I said something that sparked some questions. They go to my website, amaniexperience.com/call, and they can get a free call from me. I can talk to them about what they're working on, maybe how I can help them, give them some advice. So that's the main thing I want to share is the website, amaniexperience.com/call. And then I'm on all the socials, Amani Experience, and my name is Amani Roberts on LinkedIn. So those are the three places to catch me. I'd love to talk to anyone in your audience.
Now I just downloaded one of your podcasts. If you started up, you have two. I think you had one that stopped and then you've started another one. You want to talk about that? Because I'm a big podcast guy. I listen to podcasts every day. So
So I have a podcast I do with my co-host and good friend Mandy Graziano. It's called Adventures in Business Live. We talk to C-suite level people in across entrepreneurship, the meetings and events space, a lot of speakers. So we talk to people who kind of events and hospitality focused, and we have a good time. We ask them questions, they tell stories, and we learn from them. And that is every Monday we go live, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and that's the podcast that I'm currently on. That's
Oh,
that's what I'm working on now. Yeah.
very cool, very cool. Yeah, you learn so much being the host. Eh?
Yeah.
You just have to ask
Yes.
the questions. Like you don't have to know anything. You don't have to do anything.
Yes. Exactly.
I think it's awesome,
Yeah.
buddy. What's going on for you for 2026? Where should for DJing? Like, should we be looking for you on? I'm not. And do you play in Vegas at the hotels and stuff like, or is
Yeah,
the corporate stuff?
I'm at the corporate events, hotels. I do a lot at the Durango Casino, which is in Southwest. I've done a lot of stuff at Palms, Ghost Bar, that's down on the strip, or right off the strip. So yeah, all over corporate events. So it just depends. So DJing all over the world. And I think I'm going to Boise, Idaho next month. So just different places, San Antonio in June. And then my big project for the year is take the book and I'm making it into a trivia game. And so
Oh,
I'm going to turn the book into a trivia game. That's like the big project on the side while I still grow my music business clients. Those are kind of the two main things I'm working on this year.
how do you choose what projects to move on to, or what to? I'm a big goal person. I could show you notes written and all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff. I'm really big into goals and tracking and that kind of thing. Do you kind of pick like one or two things for the year and say, like some of these musicians we were talking about, if they're going, okay, how do I improve for this year? Because it can be very overwhelming to say, okay, I got to do all of the stuff that I'm on. but
Yeah, yeah.
we got lives to live too. So how do you, I like to pick one or two things I really have to worry about. What's your process for that, for goal setting, maybe to get people moving?
Yeah, I'm pretty similar. Like this year, my big goal is to grow my coaching program. That's the big goal. That's my main focus. And then probably number two would be the trivia game. So by growing the coaching program, I appear on podcasts, I'm speaking on stage, I'm writing articles. So any other things I'm doing are feeding that. Everything I'm doing is feeding towards that. And then kind of I wouldn't want to say a side hustle, but the side project is turning the book into a trivia game. I still speak about the book. I can talk about the trivia game. That's kind of, like 1B, so to speak. So those are my two big things. Everything that I'm doing is focused on growing the coaching business. And then I have my other project too.
Okay, yeah. And I find a lot of people get on to interviews, and I know some of the musicians get on to interviews and stuff, but then you don't see it. Like it's like they get on it, but they don't share it or anything.
Yeah.
I find some of them really need to work on their marketing programs for sure.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the good thing about social media. You can share everything,
uh,
post videos, clips, everything. So it's there as a marketing tool.
Amani, thanks for being on the show today. You've been an absolute pleasure to talk with. I am going to follow your podcast and I'm going to be downloading your book and get that because I read on my tablet. But looking forward to that, and I look forward to seeing what else you get going on. It looks like you're the kind of guy I like to follow.
Thank you.
Because I like people who have energy. Rich Redmond's like that. He,
Yeah.
you know, he might be the drummer most of that's his core thing, but boy, he's speaking and doing this. When I interviewed Rich, I go, "You got more stuff going on than I did," and everybody tells me how busy I am. So
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
to see people like that because it means it can be done. So I wish
Mhm.
everybody success in whatever they're doing. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Bruce. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the Cashing In on Creativity podcast. If you'd like to learn more about Amani and his work, go to amaniexperience.com. If you need a DJ, if you want to buy his book, learn more about him, invite him to speak, all of that can be done at amaniexperience.com. Thanks for being on the show, Amani. Hey, if you're enjoying the Cashing In on Creativity podcast, if you're an artist, author, or musician, this is the podcast for you. Subscribe on whatever platform you're listening or watching us on, and subscribe to us on our socials as well. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. All right, my friends, we will talk to you later. Be good out there. Subscribe so you don't miss another episode, and we will talk to you next time.